Hello everyone, my name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. So basically now today we'll be seeing some another program to write on the Python programming language. So my question goes that write a Python program to compute the greatest common divisor, that is GCD, of two positive integers. Okay. Now, basically, my question is asking me to write out a program for finding the greatest common divisor. Let me tell you that what is it. So, greatest common divisor is another name for the HCF. We all know HCF, right? Highest common factor. So, GCD is just another name for finding that highest common factor. So, we need to find out this GCD, that is greatest common divisor, or HCF, that is the highest common factor for the two positive integers, right? Now here basically we need to apply a little bit of mathematics. So let me just come on to a one note here and let me just explain you that how to solve this out. Okay, after that we'll be seeing on the PyCharm IDE. Right. Okay, let's say I'm having two numbers here. Let's say I want to find out the GCD of 20, 28. Okay, these are two numbers for which I want to find out the GCD. So I would just write out GCD slash HCF. Both are actually same, just name differs. Fine. So I would find out the highest common factor for 20 and 28. We know that how we just found that, right? So we just put out 20 here. So it goes to 10 times. Then here goes the 5 times and here go again 5 one time. Right? This is how actually we find out the HCF. Okay. Now here I have the multiples for 20 and that is 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 5. Okay. Same procedure I'll be applying for 28 as well. So for 28 I have here here we have 14. Then I have here 7 and 7 here go one time right here. Okay, so this is how we just find out the GCD for the 28. Okay, not GCD, actually the factors for 28. So I have already the factors for 20 and 28. What I would just do is that I would just list them join. Okay, I would just list them down here. So here, okay, just one second, it is the 21 and it is the 28. Okay, so for 20, I have the factor which is 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 5. These are the factors which I have for 20, right? And for 28, I have 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 7. Now, what we just do in finding out the HCA, we just find out the common numbers. Okay, we find out the common which we have between both of these. Okay, we just do this particular thing. So, in 20 and 28, first of all, I have these two numbers common, which are actually 2 cross 2, right? Let me just write it like this. Yes, I have these two numbers as common, right? Other than that, I have these two numbers common as well, right? These are the two numbers which I have common. So, what we do here is that I would just write here which is equal to 2 multiplied by 2. So, from this common factor, for this common, I have taken 1, 2, and from this common I have taken another 2, and when you're just going to do the multiplication, so you'll be getting the answer, that is 4. So we can say that GCD for 20 and 28 is 4. Okay, this is actually how we just find out the greatest common divisor. Clear? Now, let me tell you, okay, this was that how we just find it out. Now, I will be telling you a little bit of procedure. You can just call it as a pseudo code. I will be telling you that how to write out a pseudo code for this. And then we're moving towards the IDE for the practical implementation. Right? Okay. So, what I would just do is that I'll be taking a variable. Let's say that is A. Okay, I just put out a value. So, first of all, I would compare that if, let's say I have two variables, let's say X. Okay, if x% y is equal to 0, I would see that if I divide x and y, so are they equal to 0? Okay, now okay, so let's say here I just divide 20 by 28. Okay, if I divide 20 by 28, so are they equal to 0? No, they aren't equal to 0, right? We'll be getting some factor here. So this applies basically, yes, so this applies that basically if I get a condition like this, so in that case what I would just do, I would just return y. So if x and y are actually dividing each and equal, like if they are equal to 0, x% y is equal to 0, so in that case my greatest common divisor, that is my HCA, will be the variable, that is y. The value which you have stored into this particular variable, that will be my greatest common divisor. Right, so I've just put out that condition. Okay, now, okay, after this I'll be applying a for loop. Let's say I'll write for I in range. Okay, for I in range. Now, what's my range actually? Okay, so my range would be, I would put out an integer here. Let me come down. I'll be dividing y by 2. integer y by 2 comma 0 comma minus 1. This would be actually my range which I'll be putting here. Okay, for I in range, that would be y divided by 2. So what is the number I am having? I'll be dividing that by 2, and my range is comma 0 comma minus 1. This is actually my range which I have put on here. Okay, as till this loop will go, I'll be putting out a condition that if x% I, here this I, the index, the values which I'll be having here, if x% I is equal to 0 and y% I is also equal to 0. If these are the two conditions which actually satisfy, not only one condition, to both of the conditions, right? That if x% I is equal to 0 and y% I is equal to 0, then in that case say that my greatest common divisor is I, the index, the variable which I have taken here for the iteration, and that will basically store out the value, and that I'll be storing out in another variable, that value which is GCD. Okay, and from this particular place only I would just break out my condition. Fine, this is the pseudo code which you can just say that we'll be applying this out for writing out the program for the greatest common divisor. Okay, this is the thing that we'll be applying here. Now what I would just do is that I'll be going on to my PyCharm IDE, and here we'll be implementing the same, right? Okay, so here I am on my PyCharm IDE, and my question says to me that write out a Python program to compute the greatest common divisor of two positive integers. Okay, now I'll be writing out this program with the help of the functions actually. Okay, I'll be taking out a function, and with that only I'll just write out the program. Okay, so def, and my function name is calc underscore GCD, that is basically calculate GCD, right? Putting onto the bracket, and inside that I'll be putting out the parameters which I just want the, let's say, values. Okay, let's say that are a comma b for me. I had put on that thing, right? Come inside this. Now I'll be declaring a variable that will, into that I would just store a value as 1. Okay, as you just have seen downside where I just took a variable and just assigned the value of the iteration, that was I, right? So that variable only I'll be declaring out here. So let's say I would be taking that as num, and I would just give it a value as 1. Okay, coming on to a new line, I'll be just applying my condition that if a% b is equal to 0. Okay, if this is my condition, then in that case return me the b as my answer. Okay, if a% b, that is if I divide a and b and the remainder I'm getting here as 0, so in that case basically give me the answer, and my final answer that I'll be getting here will be the b. Okay, this is the thing that I have applied actually. Now what I would just do is that I'll be applying my for condition, for loop actually. Okay, right here. Okay, I'll be writing for I is my iteration which I have actually taken. Okay, for I in range, inside my bracket I have simply taken a, right? For that I'll be casting that into the integer. Okay, integer b divided by 2, that is half of my value of the b which I am having, right? Comma 0 comma minus 1. This would be my range which I'll be putting here. For I in range, this comma this comma this, right? That you want to take out, that you want to take this value, that is, let's say I've taken the b as let's say I've taken here 20. So 20 divided by 2 is 10. So my range goes from 10 till 0. Okay, this is the whole idea. My range goes till the 10. Now what I would just do here is that, and okay, my condition applies here that if a% if a% I is equal, okay, single I is equal to 0 and b% I is equal to 0, if both of my conditions satisfy, just make sure here that I had put the operator, that is and, in between. So and operator always work when both of my conditions are actually true. When both of my conditions satisfies, then actually this and operator works, right? So in that case what I just want, when both of my conditions, that when a% I is equal to 0 and b% I is equal to 0, these are the two conditions that satisfy. So in that case give me that num is equal to I, num is equal to I. That would be actually my answer. Okay, and from here just break out the statement, right? So break out from here. And here what I would just do after my for loop is completed, then simply return me none. Okay, simply return me none. So this is the idea regarding this program. Now what I would just do is that I would be calling out my functions and giving them some values for printing out the greatest common divisor. Okay, so I would just write GCD slash HCF. Okay, first number I'll be taking 20 and 28, which actually I've given you as an example. Okay, 20 and 28 is putting out a comma here. Now calling out my function, that is calc underscore GCD, and inside the bracket I'll be giving out the values for which I want to print out the greatest common divisor. Okay, let me come down here. Fine. So that values are 20 comma 28. For this I want to print the GCD. Now I would just run out my program here. So we had calculated the GCD for these two numbers and was 4, and check out here that here also we are getting the GCD slash HCF of 20 and 28 is 4, right? This is the GCD what I am actually getting here. Let me just write it one another statement as well to show you some another example to print. And here I'll be writing again GCD slash HCF of let's say I want to find it out for 12 and 24. 12 and 24 is, I'll put out a comma here, call out my function calc underscore GCD, and my numbers are 20 and 12 and 24. I would run it once again here. Now just have a look that the GCD slash HCF of 12 and 24 is 12. Right, this is actually how we just calculate out the GCD, or you can just call it as HCF in the Python programming language. This is the program that how you'll be writing out the things, right? I hope that you have got a clear and a fair idea regarding the how to calculate the GCD or HCF of any positive numbers in the Python program, right? So this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and take care.